Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to session three. We're going to be talking about making, affordable lending solutions through Prosperity Home Mortgage. My name's Gary Walters. I am a local mortgage consultant here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I want to talk to you about Prosperity and what we're doing to making it affordable for many of our clients to get into a home. Next slide. All right, we're going to talk about affordable lending, okay, and how it allows home buyers who may not qualify for a loan under conditional circumstances. But it also makes it to where individuals, first-time home buyers, even individuals that have owned a home in the past, an opportunity to become a homeowner. And what I usually like to do during these sessions is talk about the myths up front, the home buying myths. The first one is that, renting a home is cheaper than buying a home. That's a myth. You need good credit to buy a home. And also, we're going to talk about during this presentation how you may not need a large down payment to buy a home as well. The first thing concerning buying a home, I did the numbers. The average renter in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is paying like $1,600 per month for rent. Okay, if you look at that $1,600 per month payment and you calculate it over 5 years, that's like $96,000 that you are spending, that you have spent on renting a home. Now, on the flip side of it, if you own the home, some of that $96,000 will be equity that you'll have access to because you own the home rather than rent it. Now, for everyone that doesn't know what equity is the amount of money that your home is valued at compared to how much you still owe on it. So whatever that difference is, let's say it's $50,000 that you could possibly take out of your home, and you can use that equity for anything: home improvements, debt consolidation, sending your kids to college. There's a lot of good opportunities and wealth that you can gain from owning a home. Now, the other thing we're going to talk about is that you don't need perfect credit to buy a home as well. Let's go to the next slide, and I'm kind of touch on these points as we go through these slides here. All right, Prosperity Loan programs, 3% down. First-time home buyer is a first-time home buyer program. One of the myths out there is that you need a lot of money in order to buy a house just to put down on, just for the down payment. Well, that myth is busted with this first slide. You can put 3% down on a home with our first-time home buyer program. The ability to save money or enough money for down payment and closing costs is often the main obstacle between a potential first-time home buyer and home ownership. So in support of our first-time home buyers here at Prosperity Home Mortgage, we have this first-time home buyer program. We have actually 2 or 3 of them where you can put 3% down on a property, and you don't have to worry about putting the 20% down. That's a myth. There's a lot of people don't realize that's not true. Also, you can use gift funds for a down payment. What that means is that, I've had many clients that have done a loan with me, and they'll get their mother or their father who's willing to gift them some money to get into their first home. So what that means is that you can get a give funds from a certified donor, because there's certain people that you can get the money from, and we'll be able to use those funds towards your down payment and closing costs. You can also do first-time home buying programs, not just on single-family residences, but also on townhomes, condos, planned unit development properties. And the one thing that's usually required for most of these first-time home buyer programs is that you have to take a home ownership education course, which is pretty simple. Us as loan officers will give you the link to go on and do the class. And the class is very beneficial because it's going to teach you about everything you need to know about home ownership. Next slide. All right. So another affordable lending product is an FHA loan. FHA loans are designed for making housing more affordable. I have a lot of clients, they'll come in, they want to get a conventional mortgage. They may not qualify for a conventional mortgage, but then I look to run them through for an FHA loan, and they'll qualify for an FHA loan. For FHA loan, you have lower credit score requirements. Also, you can do a gift, like I said earlier, you can do a grant. And when we say a grant, you can get down payment assistance. You can do down payment assistance for FHA loans and the first-time home buyer programs. The seller can contribute up to 6% towards your closing costs. And you typically got to pay upfront mortgage insurance and monthly mortgage insurance on an FHA loan. But the way that works, I can definitely explain that to anyone that's willing to, look into that option. I think an FHA loan is a great option for many of my first-time home buyers because it requires less cash up front. Also, the down payment, not down payment assistance, but the FHA loan program has different levels of income. You don't have to make a lot of money, but then there's other programs where if you make below a certain amount of money per year, you'll probably get a better interest rate on the FHA loan. So it allows a new buyer to take over a loan as well. So let's say someone's selling their home, you can get a loan approval to take over a mortgage, but that's something totally different when it comes to an FHA loan. But what that means is that FHA loans are assumable. And the co-applicant, so the co-applicant doesn't even have to be in the home with you. So on an FHA loan, you can have mom or dad or someone that's a certified donor that can be a co-borrower with you, and they don't live in the house. So that's another good benefit for an FHA loan. These are a lot of different options that people don't even realize they're available for. Let's go to the next slide. And speaking of FHA loans, here at Prosperity Home Mortgage, we're one of the few lenders. I say that again. We're one of the few lenders that are offering this particular program. Look at this slide, guys. Home Advantage. Now, if you don't know that much about Prosperity Home Mortgage, well, we are a nationwide company. Don't get us confused with Prosperity Bank. We're Prosperity Home Mortgage. And we have a 0% down FHA program. What does that mean? That means that you could do an FHA loan, and if you qualify for this program, you'll pay 0% down on the house. So basically, FHA has worked with us, and we're going to give you down payment assistance on an FHA loan. Now, the good thing about this program is that not only is it 0% down payment, there's no income requirements. So you can make as much money as if you don't qualify for certain down payment assistance programs and you make too much money, you can qualify for this program instead and still get down payment assistance. Also, there's no first-time home buyer requirement. So you don't have to be a first-time home buyer to do this FHA Home Advantage program. And there's no geographic restrictions, because some down payment assistance make you have to live in certain areas in order to get it. But with this FHA loan program, you don't have to worry about that because this is a nationwide program. We just rolled this out about 2 months ago. So we're one of the few lenders that are offering this to our clients, and it has been changing the game. It's been helping a lot of people that I probably talked to 4 months ago. I couldn't qualify them for anything, and they were able to do this program, and now they're looking for a house. This is a great program. I keep talking about it, but let's go to the next slide. So speaking of down payment assistance programs, Prosperity Home Mortgage, we really focus on making sure that we have access to all the different down payment assistance programs that are out there. I think you guys already did a presentation on down payment assistance, but all those down payment assistance programs that were talked about in that session, we do them as well. So just let me know, if you reach out to me to see about getting qualified to buy a house, and I'll figure out what would be the best program for you. The one thing I think about when I'm doing a loan for my clients is to give you guys options. Now, when you're working with a real estate professional, make sure they tell you your options so you can make the decision on which loan you want to go with and which one you think would be the best benefit for you and your family. Let's go to the next slide. Here's another thing that Prosperity offers, that we offer it ourselves to our clients. It's called the Borrow Smart program. Well, we're offering up to $2,500 in down payment assistance to eligible borrowers. You heard me right. Another $2,500 that you can add to the down payment assistance that you're already getting. Eligible borrowers, they're going to receive a credit of $2,500, basically a lender credit from us. And we offer this only on our conventional mortgages with 3% down. And then also this credit is not a grant and it's not a second lien. It's a true lender credit. So I've had clients that have done down payment assistance loan, and then they roll this on top of the down payment assistance, and they pay minimum to get into the house. I've had clients, you guys may believe me or you may not believe me, but I had clients come in, I get them qualified, they end up getting into a house and pay less than what they're paying in rent to get into a new home. So this is more help with your down payment and closing costs through this program. Next slide. We got a lot of good stuff over here at Prosperity, guys, and definitely want to make sure that you know about them. And we also want to talk about our veterans. With me being a veteran myself, that's one reason why I like what we offer here at Prosperity to our veterans. We have a veteran program that has no down payment, no origination fee, and a lender credit for the appraisal, or the appraisal that you pay for. Because whenever you buy a house, you always got to pay for the appraisal to see what the house is worth. So this is how it works. If you qualify for the VA loan, we're going to waive the origination fee. And a VA loan doesn't have a down payment anyway on it if you qualify for it. So by getting the origination fee waived and getting the appraisal credited back to you, that off top will save you about $2,000, maybe more, in your cost to get into a new house on the VA loan. This is a great program for all my veterans. And for all my veterans that's on here, I want to thank you for your service. Next one. Next slide, please. All right. So we have affordable lending solutions, if you haven't noticed yet. And one of the myths that was on there was that you need a lot of money to get into a house. And that's not true. There are programs out there where you can get into a home and pay minimum in order to get into the property. There was another myth that says you need perfect credit score in order to get into a home. Let's talk about that real quick as I end my presentation, is that we have make sense underwriting, okay? What that means to you is that many times clients will come to us with specific situations that we need to look at to see if there is a way for us to still get them qualified to buy a house. And when I say minimum credit scores, I mean, I've had people come in and they got turned down by other lenders because they were told their credit score was too low. But then I look at our programs and I see that they do qualify for some of our programs because we have lower credit scores to offer as well. I mean, we have a low credit score requirement for many of our programs, like our FHA program. Right now has a minimum credit score 580, and usually the sweet point for the down payment assistance programs and everything else is like 620, but that stuff changes periodically throughout the years. But definitely get with me to find out if you can qualify. And last but not least, I just want you guys to know that here at Prosperity Home Mortgage, we are here to help. We are definitely here to help. And I love what I do. I love helping people save money. I love getting my first-time home buyers into a home. I love working with folks that I've already done a loan before, take advantage of some of our programs and have a better experience because of how we do things here at Prosperity Home Mortgage. Next slide, because I know I got some questions. I need to get to them. But before I get to the questions, here is my contact information. Gary Walters, Senior Mortgage Consultant. My direct cell number is 682-521-2772. That is my website there, which is www.garywalters.phmloans.com. If you go to my website, you'll get a lot of information on these programs that I just talked to you about. And then also like me on Facebook. When you go to my Facebook page and you like it, you'll start you'll become more aware of what programs are out there. I put a lot of educational stuff on there to help you understand how it goes when it comes to buying a house. And I'm just here to help. So even if you have questions, reach out to me and I'll let you know how this stuff works so you can make a good decision on what you want to do. Let's go to the questions and answers. Nobody hasn't been giving me the time, so hopefully I didn't go too much over. Any questions? Oh, there they go. Let me look at these questions here. All right. Bear with me. All right, I'm trying to find the first question here. Okay. It says here, can I still qualify if this will be my second home? Well, that's actually a good question. Many of these programs that I've talked about are for first-time home buyers. And when you say second home, if I'm understanding your question correctly, if you're looking to buy another house and try to take advantage of these programs, many of these programs require that you have not, purchased a home in the last 3 years. So I've even had people who have bought a house before come to me, and we're still able to qualify them for some of these programs. Okay. 0% down. Wow. Yes. Wow. That's a good statement there. Let me see here. What about school loans? Would that be an issue? You know what? That's actually a good question. I'll be honest with you guys. School loans are something that we definitely have to look at. Some of these lender products will count 1% of the student loan debt towards your debt to income. So I definitely would look over the student loan debt to figure out where you're at. There's other programs where if you have like an income-based repayment plan on your student loans, we can use that payment, and that helps out a lot for our conventional products. But yeah, student loans, we definitely will want to look at, but I do not want you to not look into this because of student loan debt, because even if we can't do something for you now because of the student loan debt, we want to make a plan on how we can get you into a home in the future. Okay. So yeah, definitely reach out to me. I can give you more information on how that student loan stuff works. All right. This person says, I want to get a home now. Yes. If you want to get a home now, I have many clients that come in and do a loan application with me. They give me all the docs I need after we find out what we need, and I'm able to get them a pre-approval letter right away so they can go shopping. The other thing too, just to tell you a real quick story, I did a home buying seminar a while back, and a young lady came to me after I did the presentation and said, hey, Gary, can I get qualified for a house? We went through her information. She qualified for a home a lot easier than what she thought. And she ended up getting a pre-approval before she left the seminar. She came back to me less than a month later because her landlord said she had to move because he was about to sell the house. And fortunately, she was already pre-approved and we got her into a house. So I'm telling you, right now is the best time to look at options. Rates are still good. So definitely, take some time out and see if this is something you want to take advantage of. But it always starts with the lender. And then also the realtors, definitely, they do an awesome job as well. Will this program consist of a balloon payment at the end of the mortgage? Oh, that's a good question. I'm assuming that you're talking about the FHA 0% down program. Let's talk about it. The way it works is there is a 5-year period where after 5 years, what the money you got in order to get into the house will be forgiven. So basically, you can't refinance the house or sell the house within 5 years. But if you do, every year you get 20% of that amount that they gave you forgiven. So let's say it's, you decide to sell the house in, I don't know, 2 years. Well, that's about 40% that you're going to get forgiven as far as for that money that you got in order to buy the house on that FHA loan. But yes, a 5-year period. But most people will stay in their homes for 5 years or more before they think about selling it. But to me, that's still free money after 5 years. All right, Prosperity Home Mortgage is one of Dallas' preferred lenders. Yes, we are. We are. So definitely, reach out to us because we're looking to continue to partner up with Dallas Habitat, and these guys are doing an awesome job, and we definitely want to thank them for all that they're doing for customers. We're on the same page. We're here to help everyone. All right. What is the credit score needed for the 0 down? That's actually a good question. Right now, the minimum credit score for that particular program is 640. 640. Let me see here. 2,500 in addition. Yes. So that $2,500 borrower smart program that we offer specifically through our company is a lender credit that will add on top of any down payment assistance that you're getting. We even add it on top of a gift. So if you're getting a gift, you can also get the $2,500 as well. Okay. And let me read through these questions. That was another good question. All right. Thank you guys for giving my contact information. Let me see here. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Oh, got some questions here, y'all. Do you have to pay the equity back? Good question. Well, on some of those down payment assistance programs you do. I think you guys had a session that talked about that. But a lot of these programs, depending on the one you get qualified for, you can have a 3-year forgivable, a 5-year forgivable, which basically means you can't refinance or sell the house within 3 to 5 years. But there are some programs out there that you have to pay back. But we got to figure out which one you qualify for. But most of them, after a certain period, is forgivable. When you take equity, does that add to your mortgage loan? That's another good question. To answer your question about taking equity out of a house, let's talk about refinance. So I'm going to use normal numbers, regular numbers. Here in the state of Texas, you usually can only take out up to 80% of what your home is worth. So let's say your home is worth $100,000. I know that's a low amount. Nobody's house is worth that much, but I'm using this to paint a picture. So if you owe $100,000, if your home is worth $100,000 and you owe $30,000, you have 70% of equity in your home. But you can go all the way up to 80%. 80% of 100,000 is 80,000. So you take that 80,000, subtract the 30,000, you got $50,000 worth of equity in your home. So does that add back onto your mortgage? Yes, only the amount that you decide to take out. So if you want to take out 20 grand, your 30,000 mortgage is going to turn into a $50,000 mortgage, and then you start making payments on it once you refinance and take that money out. But here's the deal. Rates have been low. So sometimes I've had customers take money out and their payment hardly even goes up on the mortgage payment because rates are so low if they've been in their home for a long time and never taken any money out. Hopefully I answered that question for you. Can I still qualify if it's my second home? Yes, as long as you haven't bought a home in the last 3 years. What about school loans? We already covered that. Balloon payment at the end of the mortgage on the FHA. On that program, like I said before, it's a 5-year forgivable. There's not a balloon payment on it. And I already answered the credit score. What if I wanted to use this program? Do I need to get started with this great opportunity? So as far as getting started, same as any other loan that I do for anyone, just do the loan application. And once I get the loan application, I'm going to review everything and I'm going to give you a call, fill in some blanks, and then I'll go over what you can qualify for. And I'll look to see if you can qualify for this program and then tell you more information on how it's going to work. All right. Any other questions? Yes, it is less intimidating. It's a lot easier to get into a house than many people think. Like I told you, that young lady that came in for that home buying seminar and I got her qualified, she didn't know she could use her 401k for the down payment. She was at her place of employment for like 5 to 10 years. So it was real easy for her to get into a home, and I was able to get her qualified. Plus, I got her some down payment assistance too. All right, what are my chances of being a first-time home buyer with no credit? Ooh, that's a good question. I do work with clients that when they come to my office and I pull their credit, I don't get any credit. Now, the thing about no credit, unfortunately, that's the same as bad credit. But I have ways that I can talk to you about your current credit and figure out some ways to get your credit score. I had a client that came in to meet with me, her and her husband. And then after we did our consultation, I gave her some instructions, her and her husband. And I kid you not, 4 months later, she ended up having like a 700 credit score because of some of the stuff she did intentionally to improve her credit score. All right, can I get an FHA loan for a multi-unit family property? Yes, you can. Now, as far as the renovation part of it, can you get renovations done? I don't think we're offering that right now, but definitely, if you want to reach out to me, I can see what we can do for you concerning the renovations. What kind of program do I recommend? Well, the program I'm gonna recommend for you is going to be based on your situation. So I need you to do the loan application. Let's look over the credit. Let's look over your income. Let's look over your assets. And then I'll be able to tell you what I can qualify you for. All right. What else? Any other questions? Hopefully I gave you guys enough information. If someone is moving to Dallas out of the state for a better job opportunity in the same industry, will that hinder me purchasing a home? Actually, no. I have a lot of clients that have relocated here, and I've gotten some people. Remember, it goes back to that makes sense underwriting. I have some people that I qualified them for a house before the first day they started at their new job because of the offer letter that they were able to provide me. Good question. How do I get an appointment to start the process? Just reach out to me by cell or send me an email, and we'll go ahead and connect that way. Do all your programs still require PMI? Well, as long as if they're 80% or higher, you will have mortgage insurance. That's where that 20% down myth came from. Because when you pay 20% down a house, you don't have mortgage insurance if you're doing conventional. But FHA loan will always have a mortgage insurance until you refinance out of it. But we can definitely I can give you more details on that because I think my time is almost done. Can I get an FHA loan? Okay, I already answered that one. I think I am done. Hold on, let me see. I think I got some more questions coming in. All right, let me read this one. It is a good idea for someone who has always rented an apartment to buy a townhouse because the mortgage approval may work out better for them. Well, let's talk about that. It really depends on what kind of home you're looking to buy. I mean, when we say just a townhome, I've had many clients, they're looking at townhomes. They say, Gary, I don't want a townhome. I want a single family residence. And I get them qualified for that. I think a lot of times when you're renting an apartment, you get concerned about the cost, just to maintain the house. A lot of people don't realize that once you buy a home and the realtor helps you with this, I help you with this, you can get a home warranty. So if anything happens to the house, you can call up the warranty place, they fix it. That makes things a lot easier and less stressful for you when you buy a house. And it's a couple other things that help you just in case anything happens to the property, like homeowners insurance. That's what that's for. When we had that cold winter storm, a lot of people used their homeowner insurance to make repairs to their home, and that's what you pay insurance for. Just like insurance you pay on a car. You get in an accident, you call your insurance company, they get it fixed. Same thing with owning a home. All right, that was 10 minutes left. That was 11:35. So I don't think I can answer any more questions, guys. So it's 11:45. I want to be obedient. I still got more questions, but guys, if you have more questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Look us up, Prosperity Home Mortgage. I am part of the community lending team. So I specifically do what I'm doing, and I do have some great programs that I can go over with you. All you got to do is reach out to me. Thank you for your time. Dallas Habitat, thank you for this opportunity. We want to continue this relationship that we have with you guys, and I hope everyone have an outstanding day. Thank you.